Attention, Real Madrid fans. Breaking news. Arsenal has officially withdrawn from the race to sign Rodrigo, and this could completely reshape the player's future and the club's sales strategy for this transfer window. And there's more. A multi-million-euro offer was rejected for one of Xabi Alonso's key midfielders. Before we dive in, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates from the greatest football club in the world. Let's start with the main story of the day. Real Madrid has taken a hard hit in the transfer market. Arsenal, the club most seriously interested in signing Rodrigo, has officially backed out of negotiations due to their excessive spending in recent transfers. The Brazilian forward, valued at a minimum of €100 million, had drawn interest from Premier League giants like Tottenham, Liverpool, and Arsenal. But now, with the Gunners out of the picture, the chances of an immediate sale have nearly vanished. According to Diario AS, Arsenal has shifted its market focus. Instead of Rodrigo, the English club is now targeting two different players, Ebereki Eze from Crystal Palace and Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. This change in priority is a major setback for Real Madrid, who saw Rodrigo's potential sale as a golden opportunity to generate around €90 million and strengthen other areas of the squad. Rodrigo, for his part, has never expressed a desire to leave the club. He's happy in Madrid but understands that the current situation, with Mbappé and other attackers gaining more prominence, could affect his long-term role. The club's board is aware of this and would not stand in his way if a massive offer came in. However, without Arsenal, the most serious contender, his departure now seems unlikely. Tottenham is still monitoring the situation, but Rodrigo is reportedly not enthusiastic about that move. Liverpool has made inquiries but hasn't submitted anything concrete yet. As a result, Real Madrid misses the chance to raise funds and reinvest in weaker areas of the squad, like midfield and defense. Speaking of midfield, the club recently received a €75 million offer for Frenchman Aurelien Tchouaméni. But Real Madrid flatly rejected it.
Why?
Because Xabi Alonso considers the midfielder absolutely untouchable. The coach sees Tchouaméni as a key figure in his tactical system, especially after his outstanding performance in the Club World Cup, where he acted as a true defensive pillar and key distributor in the build-up phase. According to Fishages, the offer came from the Premier League, rumored to be from Arsenal, but even with such a substantial amount, Real Madrid didn't consider the sale for even a second. The technical staff's plan is clear: keep the Frenchman as a guaranteed starter. Tchouaméni, for his part, is fully committed to the club's project and has no intention of leaving. Sources close to the player say he wants to make history at the Santiago Bernabéu and win every possible trophy with the white shirt. This firm stance on keeping Tchouaméni reinforces the board's overall strategy: sell only when absolutely necessary, and only for an irresistible offer. In Rodrigo's case, there was some openness to negotiation, but with suitors backing off, especially Arsenal, the club seems ready to move forward with the Brazilian for another season. On the bright side, there are reasons to be excited. Youngster Franco Mastantuono, one of the club's latest signings, is about to land in Madrid and has already expressed his excitement and joy at wearing the Real Madrid shirt. In an interview before flying to Spain, the 16-year-old Argentine didn't hide his enthusiasm. "Is it finally time for Real Madrid? I've waited so long for this day," said Mastantuono with a smile. The youngster, who also played for River Plate, has been compared to none other than Alfredo Di Stefano, another legend who played for both clubs. On that, he commented, "It's beautiful to follow in Don Alfredo Di Stefano's footsteps. A legend. I hope to do the same." When asked about the possibility of wearing the number 10 shirt, he replied with humility and respect for another club star, "Do I want the 10? Of course, but if Mbappé has it, it's rightfully his." He added, "I don't know yet what number I'll wear, but I can't wait to be at Real Madrid." Mastantuono's arrival further reinforces the club's strategy of investing in young, promising talent, not just for the present, but for the future. Internally, the midfielder is seen as a rare gem and could get playing time as soon as next season, depending on his adaptation and training performance. Meanwhile, other new signings are already starting to show their worth. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Dean Huijsen have made their debuts for Los Blancos, and Alvaro Carreras is expected to join them on the pitch soon. The atmosphere within the club is optimistic, and pre-season is being viewed as an opportunity for Xabi Alonso to test new formations and strategies with the new arrivals. It's worth noting, Real Madrid doesn't play around in the market. When the club rejects such massive offers, like they did for Tchouaméni, it's because there's strong conviction in the project. And that conviction can make all the difference when it comes to the season's biggest matches. With a solid core and targeted reinforcements, Madrid remains one of the top contenders in every competition. Moreover, sources close to the club report that the scouting department is still active, watching for market opportunities. A new centre-back or even a more experienced midfielder may still be added to balance the squad. It all depends on last-minute developments and, of course, potential departures. And this movement, or rather, the lack of it, around Rodrigo's potential departure may end up being a major internal reinforcement for Real Madrid. Even without being the central figure in the attack, the Brazilian has proven his value in crucial games, such as the Champions League, where he consistently steps up when it matters most. His continued presence gives Xabi Alonso more tactical options and flexibility to rotate the squad throughout the demanding season, with La Liga, the Champions League, Copa del Rey, and the Club World Cup all on the calendar. Internal sources say the coaching staff sees great potential in Rodrigo and Mbappé coexisting in the same lineup. Though both prefer to play cutting in from the left, there's an understanding that their talents can complement each other with some positional adjustments. Rodrigo has already played on the right and even as a false nine when needed. That versatility could be key for the coach when looking for solutions in tough matches. Let's not forget, the transfer window is still open and European football is known for last-minute surprises. A club could come in with a late offer, just as the player himself might reconsider his position if he sees his starting spot under threat. But as things stand, Rodrigo is likely to remain at the Santiago Bernabéu, and with an important role. From the board's perspective, there's also strategic thinking behind keeping Rodrigo. Even if an offer close to €100 million were to arrive, the inflated current market means replacing a young, well-adapted player with big-game experience would be no easy task. Similar profile players like Rafael Leao or Nico Williams would command similar or even higher fees, not to mention the time needed for adaptation and the technical risks involved. Another key point, Xabi Alonso insists on building a young, high-quality squad with a winning mentality. He wants a team with a strong identity, where internal competition raises everyone's level. In that vision, players like Rodrigo, Camavinga, Valverde, and Tchouaméni are seen as pillars of this new Madrid generation, alongside newcomers like Alexander-Arnold and Mastantuono. In fact, the integration of these young talents, both experienced and new, is being carefully planned. Mastantuono, for example, will initially go through a physical and mental adaptation process to European football. Despite the high expectations, the club doesn't want to rush him. The plan is to gradually introduce him, having him train with the senior squad and possibly play with Castilla or in lower-pressure matches early on. Trent Alexander-Arnold, though a more established signing, is also adjusting to Xabi Alonso's style, which demands more central involvement from fullbacks, almost like midfielders in offensive phases. The Englishman, with his technical quality and vision, has stood out in training and is expected to be crucial in both defensive transitions and offensive build-up. Meanwhile, Alonso and the board continue to monitor the defensive market. There are rumors the club could still invest in a young, left-footed centre-back with good ball distribution, a difficult profile, but essential to complete the roster. The goal is to find someone who can learn from Alaba and Rudiger, but also has the potential to become a starter in the coming years. The plan is clear: keep the squad's core, avoid unnecessary exits, and make smart, targeted signings with a focus on medium and long-term success. The idea is to keep Real Madrid competitive on all fronts without losing financial control, something clubs like Arsenal are struggling with now, having stepped back from big deals due to budget limits. So, Arsenal pulling out is not just a financial setback, it also strengthens the idea that keeping talents like Rodrigo may be wiser than selling them in desperation. In this case, patience could bring even greater rewards down the road, both on and off the field. And you, Madridista, do you agree with the club's stance? Or should Real have cashed in while the offers were hot? Do you think Rodrigo still has a place in this star-studded squad, or will he be overshadowed by Mbappé and company? Leave a comment below, drop a like, share with your friends, and support our channel with your engagement. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video with more news, analysis, and behind-the-scenes updates from the greatest football club on earth, Real Madrid.